My special guest, she's here, she's live, she's in the building. Your mic's about to go on. So, Miss Special Guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Cherri V.
Cherri V here in the studio, here on Top FM. Welcome for the first time ever with me. Contrary to what you believe.
I can't believe I was a little bit scared to come here today. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I just say that everybody says that?
Because you're a bit of a troublemaker.
But here's the thing, I'm a little bit nervous of you too, because you can hold your own, right? So, so you're okay.
That's good.
You're okay. Oh, but no, literally, so everybody says that.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody, but a lot of people say, like, I've literally had people that in the old studio sit before me, and before we go live on air, they'll be like, you know what, just take it easy.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to tell you take it easy, but I'm a bit like, you know what, it's good because you're opinionated and it's exciting. So some people are dry, you know, some people are really dry.
But what is that what it is really? That I'm opinionated?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be.
No, you are. No, I think it's good, but I think some people are scared of being called out and put on the spot. That's what it is.
But here's the thing, so if you believe in what you... Connection's going now. If you believe in the things, that's why we're the headphones. See? If you believe in the things that you say and the things that you do, then therefore being called out is a good thing, because then you get to justify everything that you do. I say a lot of things that people might find controversial, but I will back it up with either facts, or I will say, you know what, I understand what you're saying, but I still believe in it regardless.
Yeah.
And you know what, believe in what you believe in.
Yeah.
Anyway, that being said, welcome.
Yes, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for turning up. You didn't have to. You could have stayed in bed.
No, I'm not that guy.
Cherri V. Oh, so let's talk about this. Cherri V.
Yeah.
Cherri, obviously, people associate the redness with Cherri V.
Yeah.
You decided to ditch the redness.
Yeah.
And you're just going full black now.
Yeah.
Natural.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you know what? I just felt like I wanted a bit
falling
of...
out.
No, my hair is good. Come to see the hairline is all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Do you know what it was, right? I just felt like I needed a bit of a break from the hair thing, and I felt like I didn't want to become like a gimmick. A lot of things were all in my head, to be honest, but it was like, it's feeling quite gimmicky for a minute for me. And I think when I first done the red hair thing, it wasn't very common, but now it's like everyone's blue, red, yellow, pink, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want it to be like a gimmicky thing, and I don't know if the essence of the whole red hair thing got lost a bit for me.
But it kind of was a gimmicky thing, not in a bad way, because that was your thing. So people need something to stand out with. So I remember I had a conversation with, I don't know if you know, August 12th, and he was talking about his beard and the fact that he colours the bottom bit yellow for a reason. DJ Pavlos got the big beard. Milk Tray, his logo is the beard. So people have their thing. That was your thing. There was nothing wrong with it.
I think I just got in my head for a bit, to be honest, and now I'm even trying to just reassure myself that if I want to go back to it anytime, I can.
Would you?
My wigs are still in the bag, sitting there looking pretty, you know. I paid a lot of money for them.
What are the wigs that you're wearing?
All of them are wigs.
I don't know, but you know, men don't know nothing. Men are using, oh, she got nice hair today. Like we don't know nothing.
All of them are wigs. All of them are wigs.
Really?
Yeah, because obviously I've always been natural, so I'm not doing it. I've done it once. I dyed it red once, and I said, no, sir.
I literally thought that you dyed your hair.
No, I've done it once and I never went back. So after the once with the red hair dye, and I've seen how quick it grows and how long I'd have to, like, how much I'd keep having to dye it and maintain, I just said, nah, let me line up some wigs because this is long. Wow.
Okay, see, learn something new every day. Every day's a school day. All right, so how long you been in the game?
Just over 10 years, I think.
Is that it?
Is that it? I like that. That's refreshing.
No, it feels like you've been doing it for a lot longer than that.
Really?
10 years.
Yeah, just over 10 years.
It's much more than just over 10 years. I've been doing radio consistently for about 10 years.
I had my first official release. Do you know what? You're right.
I know.
I had my first. All right. Had my first official release about 14 years ago, actually.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, you're actually right. But it's just over 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah. Closer to 15, but let's not be petty.
Libby.
But yeah. So how are you finding it?
Do you know what?
How's the journey?
Journey's mad. Like I have ups and downs. I have like these times I'm just like I tweeted something about this the other day, like, you know, like I'm in between that whole space of like, being one song away, and then like thinking to yourself, baby, if it hasn't happened now, just let it go.
But here's the thing. So, I'll tell you, I'll be completely honest with you. So, a lot of people, like, they speak to me about various different artists.
Yeah.
And your name has come up a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
And they've asked me, and this is honest truth, people have always asked me, at least 3 separate people, at least 3, have asked me this same question. Like, why do you think that Cherri V hasn't blown yet?
Yeah.
And like, of all the people that they can mention, your name is the one that's mentioned the most with that same sentence, like the copy and pasted from different people.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
And I think the fact that people ask about you in particular, and there's so many good singers out there, says something. So why do you think that you haven't reached the heights? And you got people like Georgia Smith just stepping in, and all of a sudden, boom. Not to say that she's not great, but you know.
I don't know. Why do you think I haven't blown, guys? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I think my name is mentioned because of how long I've been at it.
Yeah. And
just like the fact that I am a songwriter, and I will single-handedly go at it, still release, even if I don't have representation or backing or whatever. But sometimes I just feel like, if you are in it for a certain amount of time, and people are very much aware of you, and you haven't, like, you know, stepped up the ladder or done anything more substantial than you did last year, people get desensitized to you, you know. And I think that sometimes can be a hindrance, and I think that's a little bit of what I'm probably have struggled with, or I'm struggling with.
Yeah. Okay. So let's push, because your facial expression says I've got to push this question now. How do you feel when you see people like, let's say, for example, a Mira May or a Georgia Smith or a Mahalia or people like that? Just
I love Mahalia.
Brilliant. All of them are brilliant. I remember seeing Mira May for the very, very first time, her first ever performance, and she told me that she learned to play guitar via YouTube. It was amazing.
Sick.
But how do you feel like when you knowing that as talented as you are, as good a songwriter as you are, how does it make you feel? Does it make you want to quit, or does it make you want to push further, or how do you feel?
I've felt so many different emotions, man. I've seen people do so much less than me and go whoosh. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I've seen people that haven't, I don't know, what's the word? Same amount of seasoning, or like, you know, same type of looks or whatever, but I just don't know, man. I honestly, like, I just have to stay in the place of enjoying what I do, writing songs from my heart, and just staying true to myself. And I feel like there's always that little part of me that thinks, nah, there's no way that I can be doing this for this long without something substantial happening in my life, whether it is directly to do with music or something around that or something creatively. But I've put so many hours in, so I do feel like, you know, something will be on the horizon. But to be honest, I can't tell you why. I can't. I ask people that all the time. I tweet, and I'm just like, guys, what did I do wrong? Where did I take the wrong turn? How did I fumble the bag? Like, there's so many things to ask people. But
have you ever come close, do you feel, and then something go wrong? I've had moments. Yeah. So I imagine that you have. Yeah. Do you want to speak about one of them?
No. I've come close so many times. Yeah. Like, even do you know what it is? It's funny because not even just as an artist, even as a songwriter, I've come close to so many amazing moments, and I think that's like heartbreaking sometimes as well. Like, whether it's like, oh, this person wants the record and then it don't happen and blah blah blah, and you don't talk about it because you don't want to talk about it, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, you're like, I can't even talk to anyone about it. So yeah, there's just so many moments, but I just sometimes I just look at myself and say, you're strong, you know, Car. Enough people from the first hurdle, they're out. So I'll give myself credit for that.
It's true. What made you want to jump into this sort of industry in the first place?
I've got a very, very musically talented family, and it just became became like a form of therapy from when I was like 12, 13.
Really?
So that feeling of being able to get thoughts and emotions out onto the paper, then transferring that into melody, just became something that I just love to do.
What was it in your life that made you feel that you needed an outlet, like a source of, in inverted commas, therapy for whatever you're going through? Right? Were you having a bad childhood, like frustrations at school?
Lukan.
Hello.
Yeah, just like I think I'm an only child I'm my mum's only child, innit?
Okay.
So like I always had like quiet moments. My mum was also a singer-songwriter and travelled. So I spent loads of time with family, grandma, aunties, all that stuff.
Did you ever go on the road with mum?
No. So I always feel like, you know, like in those quiet moments, you always have thoughts about, you know, school, family, people you want to see more. Just loads of those different things that I feel like spurred me to kind of...
Okay, you put all into the music.
Into the music, darling. Okay. Into the music.
And at what point did you start performing and doing stuff?
How about this? You know what? I first started performing in church. People don't really...
That's the normal route,
know that. Yeah, but I guess it's not something I really talk about.
Were you a church? Did you like church?
I loved it when I was younger.
So I had this conversation with everybody. Like, I hated church. Church was the worst thing. Sunday, I used to dread mum knocking on the door when I'm watching my cartoons on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, right, church! Like, that's the worst thing. I'm vexed. I read the whole of church is vexed.
Yeah, I loved it. When I was younger, I loved it. Especially for the music side. And obviously I used to love the way like the preacher and the pastor used to get everyone riled up and excited as well.
Right, so this is what I didn't understand until like recently, because I went, so my mum is Miss Bouquet, like Jamaican Miss Bouquet. So for those who are too young to know, very, very posh and well-to-do.
Delicious, yeah.
Right, okay. So we couldn't go to none of them hype churches. They're far too ethnic for us. So we were in the middle of Peckham. My mum found the most whitest of white churches she could find. And it's the ones we go, oh man, those are my churches.
Okay. Catholic Church of England vibe.
So now I know why it's a church, because for me that was what church is. I didn't understand all the hype this year, all that stuff that you see, like all the stuff that you see on American churches. I didn't know you had that over here. I thought that's America.
Yeah.
On TV.
Yeah.
So now I understand why I hate church so much.
Right. Okay. So now you put it like that, I get it. Yeah. So you never got to experience the.
No, but I'd still rather be at home watching cartoons.
Fair enough. Cool.
Okay.
Each their own. That's fine.
So you were in the choir at church?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was fun when I used to do it. It was fun. I loved it, and I feel like it helps me in a lot of ways. I do wish I kind of stayed there for longer.
Really?
But that's probably just for vocal purposes. Like, we'll think, if I was still singing in church, like, would my voice be a little bit different, or a bit broader, or a bit wider, or a bit stronger, or whatever? But yeah, I really enjoyed it when I was there.
Okay. Why don't you go back?
Because I just feel like I'm yet to find a church that's not very political. And what
does that mean?
I just feel like I've just had bad experiences with some churches.
What?
Just judgment, just like being an artist.
Were you coming in like some clothes that you probably shouldn't be wearing?
No, I don't. I never go to church and dress a certain way. Like how you see me on Instagram or my Patreon, you won't see me. I would never do that. Like,
why not?
Because I'm just respectful of the house.
Okay, cool.
So obviously, but no, that's not happening.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot. I feel like there's a lot of sometimes with church, and I just like to get to the core of it rather than deal with what other people have to say.
That's called Leave Me Be. Taken from the EP entitled Brown Eyed Soul. Cherri V, she's in the house. How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
So it's not been too rough for you? It's been alright, yeah?
It's not been rough at all.
Okay, see, people are painted in a bad light. I'm good people. Shall we crank it up a bit?
Go on then.
No, let's not. Listen, when I start cranking, I don't know where to stop, so we'll just leave it nice.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we've spoken about various different things. Actually, you know what? I wasn't going to touch on it, but someone did, so I'm not going to touch on it in my own way. Black Lives Matter and all the rest of it, things that have been happening. We're going to go into the new music that you've got in a minute, but talking about your career up until this point. I remember Lioness made a song called DBT, Dead Black Thing, and she was talking about the colorism and all the rest of it. Now, do you think there is colorism within the industry that you've personally faced?
100%.
On a regular basis? Or you just know it's there? Is it subtle or is it blatant?
I think if you know, it's pretty blatant. But But I think there's a lot of people that are speaking up now and kind of like challenging.
It's like safer to do it now, right?
What do you mean?
Well, if for example,
safer to challenge.
Yeah. If you did it about 3 years ago when no one else had your back and you're on your own.
Yeah.
So now everyone's speaking. It's like, you know, you're amongst people.
Yeah, and also it was like before it was like don't talk about it because you seem bitter. Or you seem like, you know, you're upset and you're angry, like you haven't, you know, reached a certain level or whatever. But I think it's nice to see people really challenging it and being heard.
Cool. Do you think it's changed? Do you feel a change? Do you sense a change?
I see changes, yeah.
Okay.
In terms of like it completely changing, it all being eradicated. A lot of things in this world will never be, innit? Because people are just dread. But I see changes, yeah. Okay. And it's nice.
All right. So you've done a lot of things in your career, worked with a number of different people. You even had the EP with Jermaine Riley that we started off playing, that track Skyline. Talk to me about that. How did that EP come about? And what happened to the second one, which I'm sure was supposed to happen? Let's dig.
Do you know what? It's mad because me and Jermaine have been writing and been friends for over 10 years. And one day I think like I was in Walla Walla touring somewhere and Jermaine was Walla touring somewhere and we were just like sending songs back and forth. We'd write and we'd send songs and then we'd Skype and FaceTime. Really, I'm really going to the archives because I said Skype, innit? Yeah, we'd Skype and FaceTime. And then we was like, oh, imagine if we'd done a joint project. It was just something like some small like that. And then it just turned into from a joint project to like a whole separate entity. And we had so much fun just creating stuff that we wouldn't necessarily do on our own.
Were you in the studio together creating this?
100%. Okay. Yeah. Okay. After we decided to do it, we was like inseparable for a minute. But yeah, I think when the time round for the second project came around, we were just both in different places creatively. Jermaine's doing a lot of things to do with like more than music now, which I'm sure, I don't know if he's spoken about yet, but whatever. But he was talked about that in time, and I was just kind of like ready to kind of like go again musically. So we just realised we were two different places, and we just decided to just like.
Why have you got like inside scoops and you're not prepared to share them?
What do you mean inside scoops? Because it's not my business to tell. It's not my business to tell about watch his space. You get me?
Get me though. Would it happen in the future, do you reckon?
I would never say never. Like the EP that we had, I love it still. I love it still. But yeah, it's funny because in 2019 we had a conversation about 2020, and then obviously Corona.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even revisit that conversation again. But I still love what we've created. That's sitting on my hard drive. So who knows?
Oh, so you actually have the track sitting on your hard drive?
Yeah.
Recorded and released?
Yeah.
Why not put them out?
I just don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like one of us is going to be like, are we doing this? Are we not? Are we doing
but you don't even have to do anything. You just have to press send. That's it, basically.
Yeah, slightly. But you know when you've left it for about a year and a bit, like you're going to want to even listen to it again and be like, oh, I could see that a bit better. Oh, that drum sounds a bit louder there.
That will never change.
Yeah.
Put it out. Just say, you know what? Once it's out, it's out.
Yeah.
It's like when you took your red hair off.
No, here we go.
I'm just saying, once it's done, it's done.
Nissan put him back on.
So with 2020, like I'm sure you probably plan your career. As you said, you had conversations about 2020. So I'm sure you had things planned for 2020. Anything substantial that you had planned for 2020 that didn't actually happen?
Oh, yeah. Like a lot of things to do with the US.
Really?
I was literally in the process of like filling out and making my visa appointment. Like really? Literally.
Hold on. So were you going there for work or going there to live?
Well, I was going there to work, but the work would have me there so much that I was like thinking about like how many other things I could do around that schedule.
Wow. Okay.
Whether it was like recording or performing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was something I was looking forward to exploring this year, because I went to LA for a month in January.
Okay.
And then when this opportunity came up to do like a US tour, I was thinking, could kill like a few birds with this stone. And then obviously, no.
Have you ever? Well, I remember I had Ricardo Williams here in the studio.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, I said, at what point do you say, I'm done, I need to go to America? Has that ever occurred to you? Crossed your mind, you know what, maybe the glass ceiling, I'm there. Maybe I need to travel and just work abroad. LMA style.
It's occurred to me many times.
But you're still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Why?
Because for several reasons. I've done a few trips back and forth. I don't know, I was super passionate about like making a stamp and making a mark here, and also like being part of the change of UK R&B, so to speak. I don't feel like that now, but
given up.
Not that I have given up, but it's just like I'm here, innit?
Yeah.
So, and I've been here for a minute, so I'm not trying to like, I need to be at the forefront or like the ringleader of anything to do with UK R&B that's going on. But in terms of America, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings and emotions about it, and I don't feel that comfortable about going to live there. So this year, thinking about going back and forth and touring and stuff was like feeling ideal to me.
What makes you uncomfortable?
Because I don't like the way the country is set up.
Okay.
And I don't know about starting and building a family there.
Okay. So if you had, if Obama was still in presidency, would you be more comfortable going?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. What would make you more comfortable to go to America?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
Not right now, no.
So you think it's better to stay here?
That's where I feel comfortable, yeah.
Better the devil you know, right?
Well, better the country I know. Not about no devil.
Oh, talking of which, where's Veronica? Is it Veronica? Where's Veronica at?
She's at home. It's sat there. She's at home making soup.
Are you still doing Veronica?
Yeah.
I used to like that character. That character's quite funny. It's quite funny.
Yeah, I've been doing it. I had like a few months break because obviously the corona, I was moving house and all that stuff, and I wasn't even in the space. But yeah, I started doing it again like a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's fun.
Old Ronnie.
It's so funny, because everywhere I go, people say to me, "So what's going on with Vexation Veronica?"
That's I can't remember her name. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, guys, I am she is me.
What made you come up with that character?
It just happened one day when I was ranting about something.
A rant's good, right? It's good for the soul, right?
Watch him now. I was ranting about something, and I just went into this thing, and then I called myself Vexation Veronica in the rant.
And then you found the perfect filter.
I was like, hey, yeah, and I was like, hey, make me just start this little, when I want to talk about things that don't necessarily want to be under the Cherri V umbrella or whatever.
Which auntie did you base that on?
Every auntie, every sister from such and such from church, grandma from mum's side, grandma from dad's side, like my friends' mums. It's a collective of everyone. Like,
are you thinking about putting out a new project?
Music?
Body of work, yeah, like an EP or an album?
100%.
Okay, is Vexation Veronica going to be on a skit?
Oh my God, it's so funny. Shaka told me he's going to use her for a skit.
You 100% should. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I should. Nah, she needs to get involved. She does, yeah. Featuring Vexation Veronica, a couple skits, maybe throughout the whole project.
Should do. Or give her own track. Why not?
Yeah.
Give her own track, why not?
Or have her talk about the subject matter of each song, innit? Yeah. Building the concept, starting now.
Listen, I'm telling you, see, it's going to work. How much commission do I get for this, by the way?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. Anyway, let's talk about the new music that you've got out at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so brown girl.
Brown girl, brown man.
Well, it's brown girl.
Brown girl, brown man.
But it wasn't brown. But there was no brown man to begin with, was there?
Yeah, there was.
At the first song.
Yeah.
No, the first one was brown.
No, it was
right
brown girl, brown man.
The one before you got everybody and their dog to try and audition to be part of the remix.
I'm just done with you. Do you know that?
I'm just saying, but it was brown girl. There was no brown man.
Girl, brown man.
If I get up the blood,
put it on Spotify. Go on.
No, I'm gonna get up.
Double dare you.
I'm gonna go on your page and I'm gonna get up the what do you call it? The picture of the cover, whatever. The
single. Yeah, it says brown girl, brown man. You're going mad.
You're going mad.
How can you tell me? I film your song,
How can you tell me? I played it. Right, okay, hold a minute. Let's have a look. I know what I saw. I see the crown. Oh, there's just a crown on its own. Okay, cool. Right, let me go further back. I ain't got time for this. Anyway, it was brown girl.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Alright, so was it brown girl, brown man from the beginning?
Lukan, yes.
Okay, so but there was no brown man in it though.
What do you mean? The second verse is about. This is what I'm saying.
But it's just you.
Excuse me?
It was you singing about. Anyway, forget that. I can edit this out. Right, so anyway, it's brown girl, brown man, like the original.
You're really forcing it, you know.
Edit all this out.
It really is too late. It's on live.
Turn off the live.
You're really forcing it.
All right. So the original version of Brown Girl Brown Man. I told you it's called Brown Girl Brown Man. But so the original version of Brown Girl Brown Man. What made you sit down and write this song?
Colorism, police brutality, racism, and black love.
But what was it that made? What was the last thing? The thing that makes you know what? I'm sitting. Where's my pen? I'm sitting down now. There's obviously these things led up to it and were in the back of your mind. But what was it that made you say, you know what? Let me grab my pen right now and start writing?
There was something trended on Twitter that day about a girl that had said something about dark-skinned girls being unattractive and ugly.
A girl said that?
Yeah, and it was from like a popular platform at the time, like one of those like you know, like podcast platforms or whatever. And she was like, some people were dragging her and some people were just like, yeah, she's right. And I was just like, whoa, okay. And I realized at the time there was a lot of black men that were saying that on the timeline, that she's right about dark-skinned women not being attractive. And that's why the first line of the song was, I ain't pretty, I'm on the other side of beauty, so they tell me the ones who like me ain't choosy. Because it was like guys were saying, oh, some dead black thing, as Linus was saying. And it was just that whole conversation about not being attractive in the eyes of society.
Okay. When they were talking about effectively a dark-skinned girl that wasn't very pretty, were they talking about anyone in particular, or were they just talking about in general?
General.
Oh, okay. You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, all right. Because there was someone in particular, they might be right.
I'm just, you know what? You need to go and have a cup of tea. You actually need to go and have a cup of tea.
I'm just saying.
Put 2 sugars in it.
Okay, cool. All right, so we'll just leave that there.
Right.
Anyway. Right, so
this is the Cherri hold your own side of me, isn't it?
I told you you'd be all right.
What happened to him?
South London and that.
Well, to him. Right. Someone said you ain't got your glasses on, have you?
No one said I was talking about you, but if I... Anyway, so what...
Hold on, rewind again. What's going on here? What's really going on here?
I joke, I kid. All right, so you sat down and you started penning it. How long did it take you to write? Is it one of those songs that meant so much that you had to keep rewriting and rewriting?
No, man, that one really just like flowed. It flowed, and it's, you know what, it's mad because it was one of those ones, I think for a while I was nervous to put it out because sometimes I'm like conflicted about like being preachy or being like, you guys need to fall in line. Obviously I'm not perfect, whatever. Yeah. But as time went on, and then obviously 2020 started and developed and into whatever's the flaming heck was going on, it just was that time.
Sounds of Cherri V.
Remember she gave you life.
Brown Girl, Brown Man. I can't hear what you're saying, but your mic's going to go on right now, so whatever you say to me, say to everybody.
Featuring Livso and Alyssa.
I was about to do that. Give me a chance.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus Christ. You know, I've been doing it for a while, you know. I know what I'm doing. I've been here for a while. God, bloody hell. Oh. Yeah, everyone has to take over, innit? Okay, cool. You do your thing. You just do the singing bit. I do the hosting bit, all right?
I can host as well, you know. Don't you watch me, mate.
I bet you can as well. All right, so you just said it. So who was featured on the remix?
Livso and Alyssa.
Okay, so how many people sent in their was it just a verse you asked for?
Yeah.
Okay, how many people sent in their verses, submitted their verses to be part of this project that you wanted to remix?
Oh, it was only like 20 or 20 something people.
That's a good number. And how did you whittle it down just to 2 other singers?
Do you know what it was about? Like the content and vibe, energy, even though I don't really like using that energy, sorry.
Energy's a thing.
No, but you know, like I don't want to be one of those guys. But yeah, vibe, energy, and the lyrics. And you know, like I feel like I can tell when someone is going to be dope to work with in the studio from their vocal.
Okay, how
they sing live.
Okay. Okay, all right, cool.
And this is not taken away from anybody else who sent in entries.
So basically you're saying that other people that put in the entries, you know, they'd be dead live?
No, there was no singers that were dead that sent me entries. None at all. They were all dope.
Okay.
But it was just about like the content and
trying to start some trouble.
Yeah, you're just trying to. You can't get me, Ralph. Yeah, it's about the content and just the sentiment of what they were saying and just their tone and it's everything.
You've got the rapper's version and you've got the singer's version.
Yeah.
Was that the intention to begin with?
No.
Okay.
Listen, I had a dilemma. Like, because I'd like... there was just some MCs that were just hitting some points, and I was like, this needs to be out there. Like, this just needs to be on the streaming platforms because it just sounds so dope. And I just thought, there's no rules, do what you like.
Facts, yeah.
And make it happen.
Okay, all right. And you're happy with the outcome?
Absolutely.
Videos?
I don't know. It's Corona, innit? Can't have more than 6 of us. How many of them is us?
but I think for business purposes and for work purposes, you can have more than 6.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
Even though so better hurry up because we're going into another lockdown. So get it done before Wednesday, I believe.
No, it'll be some home video. Everyone in. I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like the song's beautiful, and I don't know if I can't do the visual that I want to do, if it's going to be worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
All right. What's the feedback been like
for the release or the
release? Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's mad because I think I have so many ideas that I talk myself out of. So many things come to my mind. I think, I want to do this, and I think, actually having to do that and putting all the ducks in line and organising it is a real thing. So sometimes that might deter me from doing it. But
why do you talk yourself out of these things?
Because sometimes it's just like
confidence, anxiety.
I don't know about anxiety, but sometimes it's like you want to make an impact with something, and if you feel like maybe you don't have enough clout or enough leverage to make the impact that you want to make, it makes me like, maybe I shouldn't do it then. Maybe it's not, I won't be able to give it the push that it needs, type of thing.
Oh, here you are. So we've got the MC's version. We're going to push play in it in a minute. Who did you choose to be part of this remix?
More Mills, Teddy Reese and Triple O.
And why those 3? And why do you only get 2 singers on the on the singers version, but you got 3 rappers?
Because initially, I was only accounting for having the singers on the verses and not the mid-late, and the music in the mid-late is different. This is Bill being very technical, but the music in the mid-late is very different. So I only accounted to have two singers to do the first 2 verses in it.
Oh, I just remember what song I should have played.
What's that?
I heard this song ages ago, right? And I absolutely couldn't stand it. I thought, why is this going to be on your EP? Not your song, it was Hannah V's. But it was your song, right?
Okay. You didn't like it at first?
I hated it. And then...
You hated it?
I really couldn't stand it.
Why though?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. And then I listened to it about 3 more times, and I absolutely love this song.
They Don't Matter.
Yeah. It's such a good song. And so I find that happens to me a lot of the time. Like, if I don't like a song at first, it turns out to be a song that I absolutely love. And I'm just realising I didn't press play. I should have played that one earlier rather than Skyline, but it is what it is. Okay, what's next for Cherri V 2021? Why are you giving me that dirty look for?
I'm not giving you a dirty look. I'm smiling at you.
Is that how you smile? How do you know? I always pull out my wallet. Take it.
I'm writing. I'm just writing, man. I'm just creating at the moment, and I'm just enjoying that.
America?
What about it?
Is it likely to happen next year, do you reckon?
Whoa, we're allowed to go.
That's true, actually, isn't it? We don't know, innit? I'm just thinking, just assuming we will.
Yeah, I mean, I went LA last time. I don't like LA. I like New York.
Why would you not like LA? I've never been, but
I just don't like...
It sounds like fun.
It is fun, and it's beautiful sights, weather's amazing, but I just the people there, I just don't know.
Okay.
I think New York is a bit more my bag.
Why? Because it's more London-like? It's
more London. I just feel like people are just a bit more, like, authentic.
So people seem a bit more fake in LA?
Sometimes, yeah.
What's with the voice?
This is me trying to be nice, but I'm doing real spit.
Okay, so we don't know. Are you going to take the vaccine?
No, sir.
Then you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, well, guess not then.
You're stuck
I'll just be on Zoom for the rest of my life.
There you go. All right, anything about Cherri V that we should know before we wrap this up?
No.
No? We should know nothing. It's private. Mind your own business.
What you should know is that you need to go onto Spotify, Apple Music and Tidal and all those other good things and listen to Brown Girl, Brown Man.
Exactly. It's not just Brown Girl. Don't search for Brown Girl, you won't find it. Brown Girl, Brown Man. Brown Girl, Brown Man, as I said from the beginning. Right? That one, right?
Says him, yeah.
This one right here. Cherri V, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
This is the MC's version. Brown girl, brown man. Thank you very much, Cherri V, for joining me here in the studio.
Ready, steady, go.
Melanated and educated. I look at my people and I see hella greatness. I gotta stay elevated, I'm dedicated.